Let's go.
No.
Hey!
Less than 3 weeks remain until the contentious bout, and Jake Paul has disclosed his hidden weapon that will change the outcome. And it's not a brand new trainer or another ostentatious piece of gear this time. It is a global champion. With every day that goes by, the excitement surrounding Tank versus Jake Paul continues to grow and doesn't slow down. This entire build-up seems like it should already be on Netflix, from the knockout bonus to the unexpected partnerships forming behind the scenes. As he gets ready for the fight on November 14th in Miami, Jake Paul has added another discussion by inviting a world champion to spar with him.
Can you blame a man for taking that opportunity? Because this is prize fighting, right? It's about making money and securing your family. Can you fault him for that?
It's two sides of that. Like,
okay.
It just depends. Like, as a fighter, just because I had a draw with somebody, for me, I may run it back. But
this information was directly stated by Jake in an interview with TMZ Sports. It was evident that he was beginning to feel the burden of what was ahead. He acknowledged that it was his riskiest battle to date and that, for the first time in a long time, he was beginning to feel anxious. "I'm actually the most terrified I've ever been going into a fight. Being vulnerable for a second, this is crazy," Jake stated. "This is frightening. I'm kind of kept up at night by that."
And just his speed, his elusiveness, his ring IQ, his conditioning. You know, he's gone 12 rounds so many different times, something that I've never even done. So he's going to be sharp all the way through. I mean, the list goes on. And so just actually being vulnerable for a second, it's like, this is crazy. This is scary.
He has, however, quickly counterbalanced that weakness with the revelation that he has been amassing exceptional talent in his camp. He disclosed that Shakur Stevenson, one of the world's most defensively sound boxers, would be joining his camp along with regulars like Raymond Ford and Montana Love to assist him get ready to take on Tank Davis.
Man, I'm thinking about, Bigfoot versus Littlefoot. Andre the Giant versus Wee Man. Man, this is gonna be better than damn Circus on Lake. Yeah, they gonna look weird as hell in the ring together, man. You see how big Jake Paul is? 200 plus pounds? Man, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
That's the bit that took everyone by surprise. Because as anyone who has even vaguely followed boxing over the past few years will attest, Stephenson and Gervonta Davis have never gotten along.
When it comes to Davis, you know, he says in the press conference, what do you say? Just be a fan and watch and enjoy the fight. Enjoy what, bro? You against Uber drivers? I don't want to watch that. You know what I mean? And then you get a guy who gives you a good fight. You don't even give him a rematch. You know what I mean? And then you want to be compared to Floyd. Floyd gave instantaneous rematches. You know what I mean?
The two had engaged in verbal exchanges on social media, hinted at a bout that never happened, and were frequently compared for their lightweight prowess. Therefore, it's significant to witness Stevenson crossing that invisible boundary and entering Jake Paul's camp. Shakur posted on Xfire, seeming thrilled about it. "Have the opportunity to select a brilliant businessman and contribute to the process. I'm depressed." Although the post is brief, it conveys a lot. In addition to sparring, he sees a chance to learn, study, and perhaps even subtly communicate with Davis.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
The strategic rationale behind this alliance is what makes it even more intriguing. The foundation of Stevenson's game is timing, control, and angles. The precise concepts that Jake must comprehend in order to withstand Davis's pressure. Tank is more than just quick and powerful. He is strategic. He makes mistakes and breaks fighters down by the round. Stevenson has spent years closely examining that. Jake is effectively hiring a human playbook to manage Davis's rhythm and movement by bringing him in.
Yeah, in terms of sparring, you know, we got some great guys coming in. Some really experienced southpaws that are smaller. I think Montana Love is coming in. Shakur Stevenson wants to come in. Jermaine Ortiz. We're gonna hit up Erickson Lubin, some of these guys. So we're just gonna bring in a plethora of fighters that are.
When it comes to sparring, Jake Paul isn't holding back. He's lining up an impressive roster of seasoned fighters to push him to the limit. We've got some great guys coming in. Skilled southpaws, smaller but experienced, he said. Montana Love's expected to show up. Shakur Stevenson wants in. Jermaine Ortiz, too. We're reaching out to Erickson Lubin and a few others. The plan is to bring in a mix of fighters with different looks and styles. Meanwhile, the scene is heating up in Miami, where the fight is locked in for the Basi Kasea Center, Raw. Jake has made it clear. He's not stepping into the ring just to survive. He's trimming down, fine-tuning his cardio to keep up with Davis's blistering pace, and zeroing in on timing to neutralize Tank's explosiveness. My goal is to walk Tank into a knockout, the same way I've done with others, Jake stated confidently. It's a bold claim, but that's been his mindset since day one. Control the chaos and own the moment. As the buildup unfolds, it's starting to feel like something out of a movie. There's a hefty knockout bonus on the line, mind games being played from both camps, and even a familiar rival of Davis rumored to join Jake's corner. The tension, the drama, and the stakes are merging into a storyline that blurs the boundary between pure boxing promotion and cinematic spectacle.
A 92-pound weight difference, almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. Let's say he comes in at 200 pounds. It's still a 65-pound weight advantage. That is called one thing. That's called being a bully. It's like, dude, what are you doing? What don't you understand about this? If you want respect from your peers, if you want everyone on the planet...
It's strange, though, that Shakur Stevenson isn't really picking Jake Paul to win despite all of this cooperation. Regarding that, he has been direct. Stevenson stated in his interview with TMZ that although he appreciates Jake's preparedness, he still thinks Gervonta Davis will emerge victorious. According to Shakur, size will be a factor in the battle. I'll probably just go out there and attempt to outbox him if I'm feeling tough. Use my intelligence and expertise against him. I can picture Tank easily outboxing him.
Geo's world, facts. That's why Tank wants to fight Jake Paul. I'm telling you, he want to fight Jake Paul because he know if he climb in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, he's going to get zapated. He know it.
That's classic Shakur. Analytical, logical, and composed. He avoids becoming engulfed in the commotion. He is aware of Tank's underappreciated ring IQ. While most people concentrate on his strength, Stevenson recognizes the mind behind his blows. Davis's ability to assess opponents, dissect them, and devise traps. He views Jake's size as a benefit rather than a decisive factor.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that.
But that's not how everyone sees it. One of the most complete boxers of this era, Terence Crawford, reads quite differently. Crawford stated that he is leaning towards Jake Paul to pull off the upset in an interview with the Full Send podcast, and his logic was based solely on science. According to Crawford, Jake is too large for Tank.